The real question shouldn't be, will you pay taxes, but rather, when will you pay them? Because most retirement savings fall into three basic buckets. You have taxable accounts like brokerage accounts, where you have tax-deferred accounts like traditional IRAs and 401ks, and you have tax-free accounts like Roth IRAs. None of these accounts completely eliminate taxes, but each one simply changes when the IRS gets paid. So let's start with the place that many retirees have the largest portion of their retirement savings: traditional IRAs and 401ks, and to another extent 403bs. These accounts give you a tax break when you contribute to them. The money goes in before taxes. But that tax break comes with a catch. Every dollar that comes out later is typically taxed as ordinary income. So if someone has $2 million in a traditional IRA or 401k, that doesn't really mean that they have $2 million to spend, because part of that balance already belongs to the IRS. Taxes were simply postponed. Eventually, those funds will come out of the account, and when they do, taxes will be due at your ordinary income tax rate. The government makes sure that happens through something called a required minimum distribution, or RMD. The IRS will force you to take withdrawals from those tax-deferred accounts to make sure that they eventually get their tax revenue. So in this case, taxes just show up on the back end. Now, let's look at the opposite situation, Roth accounts. With a Roth IRA, the taxes are paid up front. You contribute the money that has already been taxed. There's no deduction today. In exchange for that, qualified withdrawals later on can come out tax-free. And that's usually what people are referring to when they talk about a tax-free retirement. But notice what's actually happened here. You still paid taxes. You just paid them earlier instead of later. The government still gets its share, just on the front end instead of the back end. And once you reach retirement, things can get even more complicated because different income sources start interacting with each other. For example, Social Security can be taxable depending on your other income, and Medicare premiums can increase if your income crosses certain thresholds. And withdrawals from IRAs can sometimes trigger taxes in ways retirees don't expect. And these are just some of the things that catch people off guard. In the retirement tax workshop that I teach, I explain how these rules actually change as you move through different stages of retirement. Because retirement isn't just one single tax situation. It's really several phases, each with its own challenges and nuances. So what does this all mean? Well, a completely tax-free retirement is extremely rare. For most people, taxes will be paid somewhere along the way. Either you pay them up front with accounts like Roth IRAs, or you pay them later with tax-deferred accounts like traditional IRAs and 401ks. The government almost always gets paid eventually. But here's the encouraging part. Even though taxes can't usually be eliminated entirely, they can often be managed and managed pretty well. And that's really what retirement tax planning is about. Not chasing a myth of a tax-free retirement, but building a tax-efficient retirement where you're thoughtful about when those taxes actually show up. And this is exactly why tax planning becomes so important once you move from saving for retirement into actually living off of the assets that you've saved. The strategies that work while you're saving can look very different once you start creating income from those accounts. In my free training called How Tax Planning Changes Through the 4 Stages of Retirement, I walk through how these tax rules evolve over time and how retirees can think more strategically about when taxes are paid throughout retirement. If you'd like to watch that training, you can access it by clicking the link below in the description. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss future videos on retirement tax planning and other topics. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hi, my name is Justin Haywood, President and CEO of Haywood Wealth Management. And if you're interested in learning more about how we help our clients live their life to the fullest, visit us at haywoodwealth.com to learn more. Thank you so much.